Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. You wanted to see me, Mr. Vermanders, sir? Hannah, why aren't this month's profits as high as last month's? I've been looking over that piece of paper you gave me earlier, and I don't like all the numbers on it. I can't make heads or tails out of that dang thing. They've raised the threshold on how much you need to donate in order to get your tax deductions. Remember, sir? They did what? When was this? Sir, I've been reminding you about this for the last 8 months. But it's actually fine, though. You still end up saving way more money than if you didn't get the deduction, so... With the good Lord as my witness, I am being swindled! I will not stand for this. No one gets over on JP Vermander. No, sir. Not now and not ever. But, sir... Now then, I may have... Where have I been donating all of my hard-earned money to again? The hospital, sir. Hospital? Which one? There's only one in town, sir. The only hospital in this godforsaken backwater town, and they still have the nerve to swindle me out of my money? Harumph! Well, I know exactly how to handle a situation like this. Prepare the ritual, Hannah, and go fetch my robes. The ritual? But Mr. Vermander, sir, please. This is entirely uncalled for. The people in that hospital have done nothing wrong to you, sir. Besides, the difference in profits between this month and last month is only about 1% less, sir. That's nice and all, Hannah, but I don't remember asking. Now go! We don't have time to waste! Notify me immediately when everything is ready. Okay, sir. What a dick. Hello? Hello? Anyone home? I hear. Give a gal a minute. Jesus Christ! Flippin' dumpy of the year over here. Yeah. Oh, hello there. Dr. Edna, I presume? That's me. Who's asking? Fantastic. I'm Morton, the nurse who transfer requests you received. Transfer request? What in the world are you talking about? You aren't aware? Surely you've read the email concerning me. We don't get no regular internet out here, sonny boy. Anything we get out here is that all satellite connection. We ain't got that either. But if you're here to help, then I ain't about to complain. You got a lot to learn, so you better pay attention. Because I only saying this once. I'm all ears, doctor. When a patient comes in, I write their information down on this clipboard. Wouldn't it be better to use a computer instead? No. The waiting room is over here. Ain't much to say about it. All the magazines are older than I am, and I ain't none of them worth reading no more. Oh my. We got 8 rooms. 3 are occupied and the rest ain't. Mr. Long Boyd is over at 2A. He had a pretty bad back injury, but we fixed him right up. Miss Tammy Gills is in room 4A. She needed one of them teeth pulled, and we ain't got many options for anesthetics. So I gave her some of that old-fashioned medicine I keep under the sink. She'll be a little dizzy for a while, but everything else went smooth as silk. Impressive. There's a woman over in 6A too. Poor thing cut her head up real bad on her job. Then tried to hide it. Her boss found out and sent her here. I ain't managed to figure out her name, so I wrote her name as Jane Doe and patched her up. Ah, a mystery. I wonder who she is. We ain't known to ask too many questions around here, Mr. Morton. We're here to help. Got it? Understood, Doctor. Her back has got to be killing her with those huge... Definitely. We got 2 bathrooms, an operating room, and something like a kitchen. Oh, excellent. The lights in here don't work half the time. We keep our medicine supply in the OR. But most of the bottles are empty because the budget ain't paying to refill them. And there ain't nothing in the fridge, so don't even bother checking. Oh, does anything in this hospital function as intended? Not really. And that's about it. Let's head back to the front desk so we can get you signed in and start your first shift. I don't know, maybe her ass equalizes it. That old sign-in sheet is somewhere over here. I suggest you go ahead and start searching for it yourself, because I ain't about to come looking for it. Understood, Doctor. I'll find it. In the meanwhile, I'd better go make my rounds. Check up on the patients. Come and get me if you need some. Shit, that's a nose. Everything alright in here?
I'm fine, Doc. Matter of fact, I feel like I could walk out of here right now.
Oh. See? You can't even laugh without it hurting him. This is exactly why I said, Lang, baby, please stay off the roof. It's dangerous. We could pay someone else to clean the gutters. But did he listen? No. He waited till I left for work and then tried to get up there himself. One little gust of wind and next thing you know, straight into the hedges.
You know, I could have done it if the wind hadn't picked up.
That's not the point. You shouldn't have been up there in the first place. Doctor, can you please give this man something to fix his terminal lack of common sense? Please? Sorry. We ain't got nothing to fix that here. Now you two try and take it easy, alright? I'll be back later on. She's surprisingly movie. Like, the movements is just insane. Nothing in here. How you feeling, dear? Hey, Dr. Edna! What are you doing here? Still ain't sobered up yet, huh? Nope! That's fine, dear. At least that tooth ain't gonna bother you no more. Just give it some time and try to get some rest, okay? Okay! At least doing the voices for these guys aren't as bad as, you know, when there's 6 or 7 of them on the screen at once. How you doing, dear? Okay. And it's fine. Fine, no? You ain't got nothing to worry about. It'll regrow back good as new. Good. Thank you. You're most welcome, dear. Try to get some rest and I'll check back in a little later. Yes, yes. Alright, that's everyone. I better get back to Mr. Morn. Don't even know what... Oh, shit! Dr. Edna! The phone started ringing while you were gone, so I answered it. And? Well, it won't stop going on about the rituals and demons, among other things that I don't understand. I think that it may be best for you to talk to her. There's always something. Honey, slow down. Ain't none of this making sense. Please, you have to get out of there right now. My boss just summoned an actual, genuine demon, and now you're all in danger. Uh-huh. And who do you work for again? J.B. Vermander, madam. Who is that, Doctor? He's some rich city boy who moved out here when he inherited his family's estate. A lot of folk around here have to pay him rent just cause his family owns the lands. Yes, that's him exactly. I don't know all the details, but there's a blood pact, and the demon, and the curse, and all that kind of other stuff. And you need to leave now. Once the clock strikes 10, you won't be able to leave. Honey, that's less than 2 minutes. Ain't no way we're getting everyone out of here that fast. My goodness, I didn't expect the stakes to be so high on my first night. But I'm committed at this point. Is there anything we can do to help out our situation? I did go snooping around into a few old journals kept by the Vermanders. Based on what I read, if you can make it to sunrise, the demon will leave. But there's a bunch of rules you need to follow in order to keep yourself safe. For example, every hour until sunrise, the demon will enter the place it was summoned to. It will travel down the nearest hallway in search of blood. Specifically, your blood. Its own rules prevent it from opening doors to search for you, so keep those closed. What room are you both in right now? The reception area. You need to keep that in mind, alright? When the demon arrives, make sure you're all in the same room as when the ritual started. If someone isn't, the demon will know. And once it knows where someone is, closing the door won't stop it. If you're ready, I can tell you what to expect once 10 o'clock hit. I ain't about to let no demon run roughshod over my over my house of healing. Just tell us what we need to do, honey. Okay, here's what's gonna happen first. The demon places a lot of emphasis on windows for some reason, right? It'll try to use its power to open windows around itself. You're gonna need, and I cannot stress this enough, you're going to need to close any and all windows before the hour is up. Leaving one open will the demon gets stronger, and you don't want that, alright? If you finish with everything you need to do before the hour is up, try staring at the clock. I'm sure it'll help pass the extra time faster. I'll stay on the line just in case you need me to repeat something. Good luck, and please be careful. Ah, shit. The kids, Lang, did you even think about them? Their little heads are probably worried sick. I know. I owe them an apology for making them worry. I owe you one too. You two are right in here? Uh-huh. Well, holler if you need something now. Right, so I need to close all the windows. Tammy sits happily humming to herself. Hi. Tired. On work? Sleep for minute, then hand caught. You fell asleep at work and that's how your hand got like that? Yes. Poor thing. Well, at least you can try and get some rest while you're here, alright? Hi. Oh, must have clicked her by accident. Alright. Don't even know how long each of the things are. Okay. Kitchen has nothing. OR, nothing. Nothing in there. Alright. It would appear that I've got everything. I can't open doors. The time was 11 PM. All the windows had been closed, and then it arrived. Well then. That sorts it out then. Here's what's going to happen next. There's something about the demon's power that resonates with TV signals, right? It will turn on any TV it can manage to gain access to. They never show anything besides static once it takes control, but it's still bad. If that happens, just turn it off. That'll kick it out for a while. But don't leave any TVs that it controls on, alright? It won't end well. Doctor, you look tired. That's because I am. Don't let me handle things for this hour. You should rest. Morty. The job, Lang. Now you're probably going to have to miss work. Who knows how they'll react? Heck, and now I'm missing work. I know. We'll be fine. Watch, come morning, I'm gonna walk out of here good as new. I sure hope so. Wasn't there someone in 4? Hurting this again. Anything do, please. No TV and no windows. Alrighty. That should be everything. I didn't spot anything else, so hopefully there's nothing else. Hey, there's some lady in the mirror looking at me. I believe that's you, ma'am. Strange things are happening tonight, and I need you to go back to your room, please. My bad. I'll go back now. She back in 4? Yep, she's back at 4. Glad I went back and had a look again, otherwise this was going to be a shitstorm and a half. Time was 12. All the windows had been closed, all the televisions had been turned off. Yeah, by this point, the pain meds given to Miss Jane Doe earlier in the day had long worn off. She wondered if there was anything that could be done to help. She went to attempt to inquire about it, and then it arrived. Ah, shit. I probably should have double-checked her. Jane Doe had done all she could to hide her injury from others. Her reasoning was driven by the knowledge that even a simple hospital visit could result in her never seeing her family again. Unfortunately for her, the fear was realized by entirely different means. What was that noise? Please tell me you didn't forget something. You can't let this thing do any more damage than it already has. So please try and focus and listen to me. Here's what's going to happen this time. The demon will try to draw power from any lights it can gain access to, alright? You know it's inside a room. Try to siphon power when the lights start flickering. When it happens, all you need to do is enter the room, close the door, and shut your eyes for a few seconds. Wait, what? When that happens, all you need to do is enter the room, close the door, and shut your eyes. You're really going to need to use the space inside your mind to focus for this to work. You know it works when the lights stop flickering. And make sure you do it right, okay? If you don't, then I ain't this tired anymore. You can let me handle things from here. Sounds good to me, Doctor. You take this hour, and I'll take the next. At least they're working together. Good. I think my back's beginning to hurt again. Guess that medicine had wore off or something. Just promise me you won't do something this reckless again, alright? As of tonight, I'm officially staying far away from that roof. And ladders too. Unless we can save some extra money, Lang! I'm kidding. Don't look at me like that. There we go. It's noon already. That's midnight, darling. Oh, I don't know why I give some of them the voices that I do. Close the door. 2, 3. Right. Nothing else. No flickering lights in here. Let me go double check the toilets again. Well, I've done everything I can. The time was 1 AM. All the windows had been closed, all the televisions had been turned off. None of the lights had been flickering. Oh, come on! Thought you were going to stay in the flipping room! So despite his wife's insistence to stay put, he went to inquire about it, and then it arrived. How am I supposed to keep them from moving on? On the day of his accident, Lang Boyd's mind was not on the potential consequences of his own actions. Far from it, in fact. His mind was instead on how happy his wife and children would be after he cooked their favorite dinner. A dinner that he could not afford to make, unless he used the money his wife saved by cleaning the gutters himself. The grandest intentions had now unintentionally doomed their entire family. It's not my fault. Just stayed put, none of this would have happened. I'd be surprised how much the demon's power resonates with electronics. You can gain access to phone lines and try to gain power too. If you notice the phone continuously ringing, then that's exactly what it's trying to do. Alright? Now it's going to sound crazy, but you'll need to pick up the phone and listen. Pay attention because this part's important. If you hear anything, and I mean anything, on the other end, you must recite this mantra. Your presence is not welcomed here. You must depart immediately. Don't worry, you'll remember it when the time comes. But if there's silence on the other end of the phone, then keep quiet. Silence means it hasn't properly figured out the phone's location yet. And you don't want to give it any clues, alright? Check the bathrooms on my way back. Two, 3. Must be the one in the next room. Alrighty. Anyone in the kitchen? No. Anyone in the OR? No. Wait, is everyone dead? Hey, there's some lady in the mirror looking at me. I believe that's you, ma'am. Strange things happening tonight, and I need you to get back to your room, please. My man. I'll go back now. Well, she couldn't go back in the place, but I don't know why the others couldn't. Oh well. The time was 2 a.m. All the windows had been closed. All the televisions had been turned off. None of the lights had been left flickering. All of the phones had been answered correctly. And then it arrived. There's one final thing this demon's gonna try. Ritualistic candles. It has the power to manifest them inside its areas of influence. It's vital and very, very important that if you see one, you extinguish it. If you let it keep burning, the demon will be able to draw power from it. It won't try anything new after it gets to this part. So don't have to worry about any more new rules. Oh, and I almost forgot something too. This part's important too. Whatever you do, make sure you don't... What the hell was that? I saw you, you little turd. Oh, candles. Yeah, no, you're not getting out here, buddy. Bathroom? Nothing. Please tell me that woman... Ooh, she's there. Ooh. You listen closely. You can hear the faint whispering on the other end of the line. Recite the mantra. You can sense that the presence of the other end of the phone is departed. Good. You're asleep. Nothing weird going on here. I definitely saw something on the other end here. Nothing. Okay. Kitchen? No. Operating room? Oh. 1, 2, 3. Alright, that should be everything. If not, well... there's not much I can do about it. Whee! Time was 3 a.m. All the windows had been closed. All the televisions turned... Why are you bonking me? None of the lights were left flickering. All of the phones had been answered correctly. All of the candles had been extinguished. And then it arrived. Hello, Yotha. How are you? I am pleased with myself. Only 3 people have died. You can't see me, but I'm doing the thumbs up. Nothing in the waiting room. Oh, is that little turd going to be down the corner again? No, not this time. Say nothing. Mission failed successfully. I mean, it's only 3 out of 4 people that have died. I'm gonna try and be a bit more successful this time, or the next time. I want to try and get some good endings too. No one's in the bathroom this time. Oop. 2, 3. Boop. Nothing else. She's still asleep. Good. That's enough out of you. Phrasing? Oh, it's really a little bit of, you know, comical humor. Sheesh. Kitchen? No one in the kitchen. Nothing in the OR. There was no flickering lights. But I'll double check them on my way back. Be any flickering lights. Oh, but I gotta be careful too. Don't think that there's anything else. All the doors have to be closed. Time was 4 AM. All the windows have been closed. All the televisions have been turned off. None of the lights were left flickering. All the phones have been answered correctly. All of the candles have been extinguished. And then it arrived. Alrighty, looks like we are going to have to look through all of this shit again. Nothing in here. Now, I am on a timer, so I'm going to try and race through all of these. 1, 2, 3. 3A. You are still there. So what's the objective of the game? There's a demon that was spawned in here, but the demon is forced to go by a set of rules, like you gotta close all the doors, all the windows, TV's off, lights off, that sort of thing. Which is what I'm trying to do. Also answer the phones correctly. You can hear faint whispering on the other ends. Recite the mantra. You can sense that the presence on the other end of this phone has departed. Turn off the TV. Just eat my butthole. Nothing in here. Kitchen. There's nothing. Operating room. Nothing. There we are. Oh shit. Was that the demon or some sort of skeleton thing? I thought that's what was following me. The time was 5 AM. All the windows had been closed. Televisions turned off. No lights. Phones answered correctly. Candles extinguished. Then the sun began to rise on our little town. And the demon could not stay in this world much longer. It had already fulfilled its side of the Vermanders Pact. So it departed from this world, come back from whence it came. Dr. Edna and Nurse Morton had both survived. They were finally safe. Yeah, except for the people that died. I'm gonna try again, but this time with trying to save everyone. However, an investigation into two different disappearances that had happened that night was launched. An investigation was compromised by Vermanders' influence. Despite their innocence and lack of evidence, both Edna and Morton were charged and convicted in connection with the disappearance. Without Dr. Edna to run things, the hospital that had faithfully served the community for decades now stood abandoned. Unable to get the medical help that they so heavily relied on, the town suffered. But none had suffered as much as Morton's daughter, who had suddenly had to grow up without her father. She was alone in a completely unfamiliar town, although through no fault of her own. And the only other person who knew the truth was Hannah. But soon she too had suddenly disappeared. And upon searching her home, the only thing found was a strange lit candle. In the end, J.P. Vermander got to keep his extra 1%. And that's all that mattered. Yeah, J.P. Vermander was so upset that he lost 1% of a, tax write-off, whatever it is, through donations. Alright, anyone in here? No. Alright. Oh, so you're in here this time. Bathroom. No one's in here. Feel free to follow the Mando, the big farmless streamer. Don't forget to donate a whiff of the Wookiee. But how are you? I hope everything's treating you right. Not fumbless. You are fumbless. Anything else? I think that's everything. the Famousius. Time was 11, all the windows had been closed, and then it arrived. AJ, hello! I hope you're having a wonderful cycle, day, night, morning, or afternoon. Here's what's going to happen next. There's something about the demon's power that resonates with TV signals, right? It will turn on any TV it can manage to gain access to. They never show anything besides static once it takes control, but that's still bad. If it happens, just turn it off. That'll kick it out for a while. But don't leave any TVs that it's controlling on, alright? It won't end well. Doctor, you look tired. That's because I am. Let me handle things this hour. You should rest. Now, is anyone in here? No. I already had one drunkard in that room that got killed because he didn't want to stay in his flipping room. What time is it? 11? Anything at 11? No, but there is one at 12 and one at 1. So you're fine. You're fine. Wait. That TV. Aha! What's that? You staticky bastard. Now I've got to be on the lookout for my drunkard friend. Otherwise she's just going to wander around aimlessly and die. We can't have that. On the bathroom. Right, at least she's gone back to her room, so that should be everything. Haven't noticed any rooms opened. At least not yet. Let me just double check on my way back. Very static. You're still there. You're still there. And you're still there. Excellent. No funky business. And let's speed up the time. The time was 12 AM. All the windows had been closed, all the televisions had been turned off, and then it arrived. How about it doesn't arrive? That would be nice. But no, Mr. Vermanders had to do the Vermanders. He's sharing the derp. Here's what's going to happen next. The demon will try to draw power from any lights it can gain access to, right? You know it's inside a room trying to siphon power when the lights start flickering. When it happens, all you need to do is enter the room, close the door, shut your eyes for a few seconds. You're really going to need to use space inside your mind to focus for this to work. You'll know it's worked when the lights stop flickering. Make sure you do that, alright? If you don't, then I ain't as tired anymore. You can let me handle things this time. Sounds good, Doctor. I'll take the next hour, and then you take this hour, and I'll take the next. Alright. Anyone in this room? No. Okay. So it is 1. Who needs medication at 1? Jane Doe needs it. Shit, I think I screwed up already. Gonna leave that door open, so I know. Open! Thank you. Get back in your room. Numpty. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now, who do these medications need to go to? Let me just quickly figure that part out. Long Boyd. Alright, let's give Long Boyd some of that first. Can I pick up more medication? Yes, I can. Alright. Don't think I've got a lot of time, but I really need to try and get into this. Okay, apparently you don't need any yet. Alright. That was a bit close. Then it arrived. Here's what's going to happen next. You'd be surprised how much the demon's power resonates with electronics. It can gain access to phone lines and try to gain power too. If you notice the phone continuously ringing, then that's exactly what it's going to try and do. Alright? Now, this is going to sound crazy, but you'll need to pick up the phone and listen. Pay attention because this part's important. If you hear anything, and I mean anything, on the other end, you got to recite this mantra. Your presence is not welcome here. You must depart immediately. Don't worry, you'll remember it when the time comes. But if there's silence on the other end of the phone, then keep quiet. Silence means it hasn't properly figured out the phone's location yet. And you don't want to give it any clues, alright? Okay, no one's in there. I'm gonna pick up some medication for you anyways, just because I can. Go back to your room. I hate how it takes us so long just to get back to the room. You listen closely, you don't hear anything. Then say nothing. There we go. No worries, I understand. Thank you for stopping by anyways. And I hope everything can be sorted out soon. No one in the kitchen. Right. Nope. Close. Thank you. Close. Okay. Yes, success. I have hopefully gotten everyone taken care of. All the windows have been closed, all the televisions have been turned off, none of the lights are flickering, all the phones have been answered, and then it arrived. Now I'm hoping the people will stay in their flippin' rooms. There's one final thing this demon's gonna try. Ritualistic candles. It has the power to manifest them inside areas of influence. It's vital and very, very important that if you see one, you extinguish it. If you let it keep burning, the demon will be able to draw power from it. Won't try anything new afterwards. It gets to this part, so you don't have to worry about it any more new rules. Oh, and I almost forgot too, something very important too. Whatever you do, make sure you don't lose power. Candle. Alright, there's a candle on. One of my friends gonna show up. Oh, he didn't show up. Goodbye. Holy shit, 3 TVs on this time. Four. Holy shit, he's going hard this time. They're asleep, I guess. Strange way to fall asleep was, you know, but who am I to judge? Oh my god, all the TVs are on. Ah, I saw that. Listen closely, you don't hear anything from the other side of the phone. Say nothing. Shouldn't try anything else. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Should be done. Open up. There we go. Alright. Should be golden. Alrighty. The time is 3 a.m. All the windows have been closed, all the televisions turned off, none of the lights have been left flickering, all the phones have been answered correctly, all the candles have been extinguished, and then it arrived. I need to go back over this recording to see what this flipping thing looks like. Now, do I have to do this once or twice more? So I had to AFK for a minute after my last message. Did I miss anything? The big guy appeared up at the window, but that's about it. Hi there. Yes, 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 I know you're there. But you can't do anything to me. Oh, other one. Recite the mantra. Lovely individuals, and I strongly recommend that you go give them a watch. Nothing there. Bathroom. 5E. Nothing. One, two, three. There we are. Kitchen. No lights for you. Alright, that should be everything. The time was 4 a.m. All the windows had been closed. All the televisions turned off. None of the lights have been left flickering. All the phones have been answered correctly. All of the candles have been extinguished. And then it arrived. Do I have one more night that I have to do? Nothing. Are you down the end of the hallway? Not this time. Off. Nothing. Let's stop this. 1, 2, 3. Evie wanted me to tell you that she said hi. Well, hello. Hi there. The time was 5 a.m. All the windows had been closed, televisions turned off, none of the lights were flickering, candles extinguished. But the phone had been... What? The sun began to rise upon our little town, and the demon could not stay in this world much longer. However, in direct violation of the Vermander Pact, no blood had been spilt that night. The most important part of the pact had not been fulfilled, which meant that the agreement was now null and void. After generations of being enslaved to the Vermander family, the demon was finally free. And though it did not have much time left, it knew exactly how it wished to spend its final moments. Anna, what in the world are you doing back there this early? Anna? Oh, it's you. Don't you have some sort of work to be doing? What do you want? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you go forgetting that you work for me, mister. I command you to get out of here. Why don't you listen to me, you stupid... Well, that seems a lot like a him problem now. The angry howls of the demon echoed throughout the town that morning, and then the estate fell deathly quiet. As it turned out, Hannah hadn't left the Vermander estate that previous night. She had been far too tired to return home after feeding instructions through the phone all night. Instead, she just fell asleep in one of the manor's empty rooms. She was awakened by an awful noise emitting from upstairs. Hannah climbed the stairs quickly and made her way over to the office. Inside there lay J.P. Vermander, beaten, unmoving, and absolutely mangled. But against all odds, he still survived. Anna had a choice to make. A large part of her wanted to simply leave him there to give him the same disrespect and disregard that he showed the others. She turned to leave, but deep down she knew that this wasn't the right thing to do. As bad as he was, she could not stop his level. So instead, she called for help. In an ironic turn of events, J.P. Vermander's life was saved at the very hospital he had tried to rid himself of. Despite the rightful and justified anger at the man, Dr. Eder and Nurse Morton treated him no different than any other patient. He was soon on the road to full recovery. During his stay in the hospital, he was given a room near the front. Day after day, he watched the patients as they come and went. He watched as the hospital's only doctor and sole nurse did their best to help every single person that arrived. And as he watched, he realized something. Those confusing numbers on the other little piece of paper actually meant something. Those numbers represent actual people. People with lives and emotions. People that just didn't want to get the help they deserve. Took a near-death experience at the hands of an angry demon and an intensive stay in the hospital. But JP finally felt something that no Vermander had felt for a very long time. Remorse. And he vowed he would do everything in his power to try and make amends. However, due to the pact being broken, most of the wealth and power it granted was soon lost to crippling debt. With no other option, JP sold off his estate and assets to pay his dues, and the last remaining bit of his fortune was donated to the hospital. As a sign of goodwill, Dr. Eder let him stay in one of the vacant rooms until he could get back on his feet. He's currently working as a food delivery driver to make ends meet, as he wasn't qualified for anything else. Though he does miss his money and his old lifestyle, in the end he's just thankful to still be alive. Morton settled into his new job as nurse just fine. Despite the rough first night, he grew to love the strange new town and its people. In the end, he knew that decisions to move here was the best one for both him and his daughter. Ida is still the best and only doctor in the town. She plans to use the donation money to renovate the hospital so that they can provide the best care possible for years and years to come. And now that they had an actual budget, she decided to hire on an accountant. Anna happily accepted the position as her old job was no longer available. She's glad to finally have a boss that appreciated her hard work. Although it took a while, she did eventually forgive Vermander for all of his misdeeds. The hospital had a bright future ahead of it, and everyone was on good terms. And that's all that mattered. We don't need to worry about such a thing. We're going for the worst ending here. Time was 10 a.m. Window had been left open, television has been left on, and the microphone had been left ringing. The demon was able to draw power for the third and final time, which enabled it to fully manifest. There would be no stopping it now. With its power fully realized, the demon was no longer limited to the confines of the hospital it was summoned to. One can imagine the destruction of a powerful, all-seeing demon could bring upon a small and unsuspecting town. This compounded with the fact that the only hospital in the area was now out of commission. It led to one of the darkest nights in the town's entire history. Though in the end, JP Vermander got to keep his extra 1%, and that's all that mattered. Which little turd thinks... Roar. No one could make sense of it. Both Dr. Ida and Nurse Morton had suddenly disappeared without a trace. No signs of a struggle, no signs of forced entry, and absolutely no clue as to where they'd gone. They both just simply vanished. Without Dr. Ida to run things, the hospital that had faithfully served the community for decades stood abandoned. Now unable to get medical help that they so heavily relied on, the town suffered. But none had suffered as much as Morton's now orphaned daughter. She was alone in a completely unfamiliar town with no idea what could have possibly happened to her father. The truth, however, was only known by Hannah. She feared that might happen should Vermander ever figure out her involvement in trying to prevent his plans. What she wanted more than anything was to pack up, leave the town and go somewhere else very far away. Somewhere she could be safe. But her meager salary as a secretary didn't allow for this, so she continued on working for someone she both feared and despised, too afraid of what he may do should she try to quit. With Hannah's silence, no one could ever tie the disappearance back to anyone or anything, and JP Vermander got away without any consequences. Untold amounts of misfortune had been brought upon this small town, but in the end, Vermander got to keep his extra 1%, and that's all that mattered. No. I believe that's all of them I can get at this stage. At least with the time that I currently have. Alright, so we're gonna cancel there. We're gonna go back. There we are. And with that said, everyone, I wish you all the good seeds and all the plushy hugs you guys can ever need. Until next time, you lucky dreaming, and I shall catch you guys again next time. Bye-bye!